Hi, fourth graders. We are back for chapter 3, which is titled 6 o'clock. And our goal today is that we can use text evidence to compare and contrast our characters. Now, before you move on, please be sure you have read the chapter 6 o'clock. That's on page 17 through 26. So if you have not read those, please stop now and go ahead and read that chapter so you're ready for our lesson today. Now that you've read the chapter titled 6 o'clock, we are ready to talk about our characters. Now, the two characters we're going to compare and contrast today are Dan, our main narrator, and his best friend Arthur. Now, when we think about describing a character and using character traits, we want to use words that help us to understand the character. And there are two ways that we can do that. We can look at the character on the outside. This describes their physical traits. What do they look like? Maybe what kind of clothes they have on. Okay. And then most importantly, we want to look at the character on the inside. And this tells us their personality traits. And so we can learn about a character and their personality based on what they say, on what they do, how they feel, and what they think. And so we would use words that describe their personality, like they are smart or they are funny. Maybe they're feeling brave. And so that describes their personality. Now, it's important for us to use both of these different ways to describe a character, especially as we read a book. When we use the description about their physical traits, it helps us get that picture in our mind of what our character looks like. But again, most importantly, we want to know who the character is on the inside. And so after reading today and all the way up to today's point, so we've read 3 chapters, we've learned a lot about Dan and Arthur. And so we're going to use text evidence today to complete this table that talks about physical traits, personality traits, favorite activities, and their family, thinking about those two characters for Dan and Arthur. So you're going to use, and you can use information from the previous chapters all the way through today in order to fill out this table. And so I went through and I found on page 18, so you will need to include page numbers, some facts about Dan and Arthur. And it says that Dan loves bikes. It says that he goes bonkers for bikes. Okay, so that would be a favorite activity, is that he loves to ride bikes. It also tells me that Arthur loves books. And so that's on the same page. And so we know that one of his favorite activities is to read. Okay. Now there's a lot of descriptions about the physical traits of Arthur and Dan. You may need to make some inferences. That means we have to use our schema, what we already know, and what the author tells us to come up with some words that describe Dan and Arthur in their physical traits, and that's what they look like, and their personality traits, and that describes how the character is on the inside. Okay. Once you have these two columns filled out, you'll be able to describe what are some similarities and differences. So I might say here that there's some differences, that Dan is athletic, Arthur loves to read. So that describes how they are different after I used some of those favorite activities to help determine that. Okay, so your job is to fill out this table and turn that in. Remember, using text evidence, and I want you to use those page numbers so we know that you used what is from the book. When you're finished with that, you may submit it for your assignment today.